drama that we should be touching base on is Nashville, which I'm very curious to hear what you think, because I feel like when I went into it, I think with much more hope than I feel right now.
Okay.
I feel like I love that pilot. I love that pilot. And I love the end song, which made a fun thing to hear about that as well. But at the same, Danielle's like, shut up about Civil Wars already.
No, but I mean,
no.
Every week is a different song, so.
No, of course. But I mean, I feel like I'm a little, when we talked about, I was a little concerned about, musical series don't have a good track record on television right now. Between Glee and Smash, a lot of shows have a really, obvious track record of burning bright, burning fast, burning out.
Right. But do you feel that they've already burned out at the point we're at now?
I don't feel that they've burned out, but I also feel like I'm not as engaged in this show as I should be at this point.
Okay.
Like, I watched it, I think there's some really enjoyable aspects to the show. I feel like there's some great music, and I understand that a lot of people are not enjoying music because it is country, and I get that. Questionable taste. I'm joking. We love you all. But at the same time, I just feel like at this point in the show, I should care more. Like, at this point in the show, and maybe it's not fair to compare it to Smash and Glee, but at this point in Glee and Smash, I was waiting for every episode. I was, could not wait for music, could not wait for everything, wanted this show.
Sure.
And with this, even with, a great deal of talented people, I feel like, okay, it's there. I enjoy it fine when it's on. But the passion I feel like I should have for a show like this is not completely there.
Sure.
And maybe that'll change in an episode or two. Maybe something that just needs to kick in and it needs to be right. But right now, I'm just a little frustrated. Like, I feel like I objectively should like this more than I actually am, and it's frustrating me that I'm not there.
Right. I mean, I think that's a fair assessment. I mean, I definitely don't eagerly anticipate the music the way I did for Smash. I think that's the nature of, I'm not a country music fan, and so as much as I think it enhances the show, it's not the element that draws me to the show. And I definitely thought I would be a little bit more excited overall for every episode than I actually am, but I don't think that is... I don't see it as a negative against the show that I'm not. I just see it as the nature of the show the story that they're telling. Like, it's a very slow burn. And so because I know it's a very slow burn, and I know that I'm not going to get all of the... It's hard to say answers because it's not like a mythology show, but I'm not going to get every resolution. I'm not going to get all the character drama and dynamics in the next episode. It's going to be parceled out slowly, kind of the opposite of Arrow in the sense that, like, they're giving us so much in the beginning. That it changes the way I watch the show, but I genuinely enjoy every episode I watch. It's not the first thing I watch on Wednesday nights, but I don't let it go. I watch it Wednesday nights. I don't say, I don't need to watch this, I'll wait till the weekend. I find that I still want to watch it, mostly because those character dramas are the stories that I want to watch. I'm okay with it being a little slower. I mean, that's what it is. It's a relationship drama. It's not an action thing, and I really appreciate the fact that in the pilot, I maybe mistakenly assumed it was going to be very much about the dueling divas and seeing the...
Well, they positioned it that way.
Well, yes, but I mean, I just feel like I didn't realize that it wasn't going to be a parallel. It wasn't going to be parallel lives. And I like the fact that we've gotten away from that, and we've gotten to see Raina separately, Juliet separately, even Scarlet separately, so we get to know them as characters and know their struggles and know their backstory before we put them back together again, because that is coming up. Obviously, Raina and Juliet will be sharing the stage, and I like the fact that now I have so much insight into each of them, it changes the way I'll feel when they are put back together.
Yeah.
I will say that, there were a few story elements that, again, personally, I wish had gone different ways, but again, they don't make all of their TV for me, so... Still shocking. I mean, maybe they should, let's be honest. But it doesn't, I don't know, I'm not disappointed in it, in where it's gone. It's just gone somewhere differently than where I've expected. And I like what they're giving me, even if it isn't coming to me as fast as maybe some other shows that are on today have taught me to expect. Like, there's something to be said for more old-fashioned unraveling of stories.
Right.
You know, this is a primetime soap opera in a lot of ways, and they're not going to let things drag out the way that you could on a soap opera 10 years ago, but they're also not going to give us a twist at the end of every act the way that a genre
Vampire
show
Diaries.
would. Right. You know, and so to be able to have a show that you can slow down with, I kind of enjoy, because so much else is so in your face and fast paced. And you know, I said recently one of the most fascinating things to me was that 15-minute interrogation scene on Homeland, which you can't do on television because it's just two people in a room and you're just cutting back and forth face to face. And the nature of that was very intense, but just the kind of theater aspect of two actors in a room, I get that a lot. I feel that vibe on Nashville a lot, where it's just, these are just actors acting, like they're emoting. Like Connie Britton does more with her face than anything that they give her in dialogue, and to me it's a show you have to pay attention to in a different way. I mean, and I appreciate that, because I appreciate the talent and the art behind that style of
and
acting.
I have no problem with paying attention to things, or paying attention to things in different ways, or even different ways of telling storytelling. So, you know, like, yes, I love Homeland.
I mean, it's not a fair comparison.
In case that flail was
not a fair
obvious.
comparison at all.
But that you know, that speeds through stories. I mean, we were talking
right. And that's why I'm saying that one moment is not indicative.
But at the same time, it's just like, I feel like, you know, you were saying that you do watch it like on Wednesday, but like for me, it's like I don't. Like, and it's something that I want to love. Like, and it's gonna be interesting when, you know, when Smash, Glee, and Nashville are all airing like in the same week. That's a lot of musical shows in one night, and it's not. I want to care more. So I'm hoping to care more.
I mean, if you don't care more at this point, though, that might be your answer, because the show is what it is. Like, they've established what they are and what they're doing, and they're not going to drastically change.
No, you know, maybe it's just I need to care more about this character. Like,
but if you don't, you don't. You know, I mean, there are definitely shows.
It takes 1 episode or 2 episodes for you to actually find an investment or find a hook that draws you in. And it's not at a point where I want to drop it.
Okay. Because that's what I was going to say. Like, normally by this point, if I don't care, I've dropped the show. Because like, there are too many other shows I care about that I don't have time.
There's enough that I enjoy.
Okay.
But it's not enough that I have any urgency to watch it. Which it's disappointing, because like I love that pilot so much. So I'm hoping to find some kind of hook at some point soon where it makes me want to watch it.
Fair enough.